here I am back out again. Just more of a recce than anything tonight. I'm back in the area where I saw the nice roebuck and what I thought was a red deer stag the other morning. I was driving home the other day and I go past these fields and I did see what I thought were 4 red deer, so I think they are still about. So what the plan is come out in the morning, but I just thought I'd come see if I can see them tonight. It's 8 o'clock. It doesn't get dark till 9:30, so I'm a bit early yet, but I'm just going to have a slow walk around and just see what I can spot. I'll put you on the head thing. I've invested in the proper DJI headband, so I'll swap you over onto that, and if I do see anything I'll just turn the camera on and share it with you. Alright, let's see what we can see. I've spotted a roe deer in the field just up this lane, so let's see how close I can get to it, see if I can get some photos. I've realised I'm going to have to do some voiceovers on these wildlife videos, just on occasions where I'm too near the animals to talk really, and this was one of them. I'd spotted a couple of hares through the hedge, so I went back and to the gate so I could get a viewpoint on them, and I just realised if I was talking when sneaking up on them, I'd have just spooked them, so I just thought I'd have to do voiceover. So I'm keeping low behind this gate. I couldn't really get a viewpoint through the grass, so I did have to try and stand up, but I did get a couple of photos, but nothing special. But yeah, it was just nice to see. There seems to be a lot of young hares around this year, so when they cut the crops in that area, it's a good time to go and get the photos of the hares. So I'll definitely be back, and hopefully I'll be able to get a few photos, and I'll share a couple of them outings with you when I go out and try and get them after the crops have been cut. It was about at this point that I realised I wasn't going to be able to get photos through the grass, so I did stand up and thought I might spook but I did get away with it. I didn't spook the hare, so I did manage to grab a couple of shots, which it was nice. I think there's a hare in the crop. Yeah, it's not moving. A little leatherette. Which can be a bit more obliging. Sometimes they just lie there and rely on the camouflage.
leave that one in peace too.
This is another one of them situations where I realised I wasn't going to be able to talk. If you can see, there's a couple of people coming towards me, and I thought they had dogs with them, but they were actually a couple of foxes, a young fox cub, and so I just sort of got down by the side of the hedge here and kept still. I think they sort of knew I was there, but because the people were coming towards me, they were sort of driving the foxes towards me, so I just stayed still and hoped for the best. And yeah, they did come right up, and I managed to get a few good photos of them. A nice encounter, unexpected but most welcome. These are the sort of things that you go out and you're hoping are going to happen. I was out looking for deer really, so for these foxes to come so close and to get some photos was a real bonus. Yeah, I was really happy with these.
Well, that was a bonus. I hope I got the foxes on camera, but yeah, I could see what was going to happen there. I was just walking up, saw two people coming towards me, and then I spotted the fox cubs through the camera, and I thought, if I stay low, the people are going to scare the foxes towards me, and it happened. So I got some quite good fox cub photos there. So wouldn't have happened if I'd been sat in the house, would it? It's even if I don't see the deer now, it's been worth the coming out, and it's nice and cool actually. Nice cool breeze. It's a nice night to be out. Now all I need to see is the deer. So this is the area where I saw the red deer the other night when I was driving home. Can't see anything now. We'll head this way. See if we can spot them. Nearly missed that one. We'll just keep walking, see if it stays there. Sometimes they don't run off. I keep walking. Just try and get a better angle. Head-on view. Another young hare. A lot of hares around now. Hunkered down now. Well, I'm glad I came out tonight. Well, after that unexpected but most welcome encounter with the fox cubs, I haven't really seen a lot else. Just another young hare leveret, so I got a photo of that. And no deer, but I'm still going to come out in the morning. I mean, it's only 5-minute drive from my house, so it'll be too warm to do anything else in the afternoon. It's we're going through a bit of a heat wave here, so yeah, I might as well get up early and come out again. It's when you get encounters like I have tonight with the fox cubs, it's just that's what makes it all worthwhile. I think that's one of the best things about doing it locally. I think I'm just going to have to get out with the car. Here's a car on its way. Doing things locally, it's just, it's sort of there are encounters. When you do have encounters, they're unexpected encounters, so they're all more welcome. When you go to the paid hides, you go to you go to places where you're sort of expecting to get results, whereas when I come out it's the opposite. I'm not expecting to get results most of the time, but when I do, makes it all worthwhile, as you saw tonight. I mean, hopefully I've got some nice photos and a bit of footage of the fox cubs. I noticed the brim of this tilly hat, it's a bit big for doing it's getting in the way a bit, so I'm going to have to use a different tilly hat. I am a man of many tilly hats though, so that's no problem. So yeah, I think I'll get up in the morning and have another adventure. I'll see you there. Here I am back in the den office. I've just finished editing the video with the fox cubs, and I did go out the following morning, and I was going to do it all in one video, but it was a bit long, so I've decided that I've created the following morning will be in my next video. So I've just been going through and looking at the photos that I didn't actually get on the night of the unexpected encounters with the foxes there, and I've decided which one I'm going to edit. It's just yeah, nice. I was quite happy with what I've got. Say very unexpected, so it's always a bonus that. So let's get into it. I'm going to do a bit of editing in DXO Photolab. Here we are in Photolab. This is the photo I decided to edit. I quite like this one. There's a bit of movement, you know, with the fox has got its paw lifted up there. It's looking straight at the camera. They definitely knew it was there. You can see that in the video. But I thought, yeah, this would be a nice one to edit. I'll just show you. So that's straight from camera, and that's with just a few adjustments that come in when I first open images in DXO Photolab. If I go over here, I can just turn on. These are things that are on my when I first open images. Smart lighting I got at 20. The netting is just through the module. The rendering, I just do the camera generic rendering with the camera profile. The on the HSL I have just vibrancy up 5, denoising I also have set to deep prime when it first comes in. Lens sharpness I have turned on. The chromatic aberrations, I have that with the purple fringing, just all on automatic settings these. The crop I have on auto, that's just so if I rotate the image it will crop it to that rotation, and then the distortion's based on the DXO module. So they're the things that come in automatically that I don't have to do. So what I will do though is once the images come in, I will go and see what the smart lighting is doing. So I have it set on 20. I can just turn it off to show you. It just brightens it up a bit. If I go all the way, it starts darkening it again. So there's usually just a sweet spot that I find. It's usually around 20. That's why I have it set at 20. So on this one, I'd say around there. So what's that? 27 set on. Clearview Plus, I won't use that. I'll just use that on local adjustments. I don't do a lot now with the selective tone contrast really. I do most of the stuff on local adjustments in my wildlife. I will sometimes, it's like on this one, I might just brighten it up slightly with the mid-tones. I really don't like using the shadows that much because it does seem to flatten the images a bit too much. I find the mid-tones are better for just brightening the image, so say up to about there on the mid-tones. Contrast I'll try a little bit of fine contrast. Just doing all this by eye, and the mid-tones usually find some mid-tone contrast and stuff like this. It's just sort of putting a bit of contrast into the fox there. So I'll probably leave that at that. Now I'm going to go, and my usual thing, I'll go into the tone curve and I'll set the white and the black points. So I'll go on to the Luma. Don't use the RGB, just go on to the Luma tone curve. And what I'll do is I'll just drag the white points. I don't go all the way to the edge of the histogram. I'm just doing it all by eye again. It's not looking too bad. And then the black points, you have to be very careful because it
can soon crunch the blacks when you use this. Just have to be very careful with that. Now I'm looking, I say I quite like the white balance. I think it's about right, the white balance. I'm going to leave that. The HSL, I've got vibrancy on 5, but I might just add a bit of saturation. No, I think maybe that was a bit too heavy-handed. So I might go back and use a vibrance slider. So on about 20 there. Now I do have... I'll just do the crop, as I always say, before you do any local adjustments. Just do a crop. I think that can afford to come in a bit tighter on that crop. What I'm looking at there, I'm just looking at I've got the rule of thirds guidelines turned on, and I quite often will use that. It's like there, I've got the fox's eyes there and a rule of third. I'm just going to rotate slightly. So just all by eye really. This there's nothing scientific about it, it's just what looks good. So I'm liking it at that. Now I'll go in and I do have a preset set for my wildlife. I'll add that preset and I'll just show you what it does. So I've got an animal AI low ISO. So what that'll do, if I apply that preset, it goes away, and in the local adjustments it's created a background mask and it's created an animal mask. So the animal mask has got a few settings there. It's I've just added a bit of micro contrast, a little tiny bit of clear view plus. I've added a bit extra lens sharpness. The deep prime I've left as it is at 40, and even a bit extra vibrance just on the animal mask. I mean, you can tweak these after. I've just found I found these like a good starting point. So in the background mask, I've done the opposite really. If it was a high ISO image, I'd have upped the luminance deep prime there. I'd have upped the noise reduction, but I don't have to. What I've done, I've knocked the sharpness down a little bit on the background. Highlights, I find I quite often drop the highlights on the images in the background, so I've done that on this preset, and the midtones. But don't forget, you can go in and tweak these, but it's looking alright actually. So I'm not going to do anything, no clear view plus, but I've done -10 micro contrast on it, on the background. That just helps to sort of soften the background a little bit. It adds a little like bokeh to the image. So I'm just going to go back into the animal, and I'm just going to turn the loop view on. I could probably go 100% actually now, because I do have the deep prime rendering turned on. It doesn't seem to slow me down too much, or I have got that set to be on now. So that's looking nice as it is, nice and sharp. And my usual trick, I am going to do a creative vignette, not too strong. So I'll just put the transition down up to 100 just so you can see where it's affecting. And once I get it in the area that I want to work on, I'll soften the transition right back to 0, and then I'll do the intensity to, very rare I go more than -10 on this one. -7's looking quite good. So that is just about finished, I'd say. If anything, the fox may be looking a little bit dark, so I might just, on the fox mask, on the animal mask, I might just add a bit more to the mid-tones, and I might even add up the shadows, just +4. They're all very small tweaks that that we're looking at doing. So I'm quite happy with that edit now. I'll just show you a before and after. So that is before the edit, and that is after. Before and after. We'll just do the split view. So that is before, and that is the after. So yeah, quite a nice image. I'd be happy with that. Just zoom in. I'll just go 100% and let's see. Yeah, that's sharp enough for my liking. Yeah, that'll print out nice. Enough detail there. So right, I'd say that's a finished image. I'd go away, leave it for a while, come back and have another look. But yeah, it's not a lot else I'd be doing with that image. It's just quite a nice image, just nothing artistic, just a nice record shot of a fox. Really, it's nice. It's got a bit of character, this fox. It's looking a bit, I think it's an old dog fox actually. But yeah, quite a nice image. So another quick edit. I try to keep my edits as simple as I can really. So I hope you like it, and don't forget I do have a discount code Steve Miller 15. So if you purchase anything, any new products from DXO, you can get 15% off with that discount code. Right, thanks a lot for watching. Till next time.